DINKs. Today we're eating chocolate.
Chocolate!
What could be better than that?
Except too much chocolate, which is my concern right now, looking over these plates.
Mine too. I was thinking about how my stomach is going to feel at the end of this episode after eating all of this sugar. But, you know, sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, so these are the all semi-sweet morsels?
Yes, so these are all semi-sweet chocolate chips from our local grocery store. Tried to get them as similar as possible. They're all the brands that you would expect to see, maybe with one that I was not familiar with, and I have to admit, so we tried to keep this as blind as possible.
Right.
But one of them looks vastly different than the other four.
Yeah.
Other four, so there's 5 altogether. I know which one this one is just because it was so different when I opened it up. But otherwise, it's been all blind and mixed up, and we won't know which one's which until the end.
We have Nestle, Ghiradelli, Hershey's, hometown favorite, HEB Organics, and then I don't recognize the other.
I think it's Guittard. Guittard? I don't know. I didn't take French. I took Spanish, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks French, but I don't know. We tried to make this an even playing field also. We have the chocolate chips to try just by themselves in chip format, but then we also did some melting of each one and have them on pretzels to have some chocolate dipped pretzels. Now, we just did these, so they're a little bit on the gooey side. Well, it's time to find out what the DINKs think. Where should we start?
Your end.
This end.
Yes.
Okay. So should we try a chocolate chip first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So chips
Start
first.
simple.
All right.
This is like the French fry episode. Like, how do you eat just one of these? No one eats just one of these at a time. As a kid, I remember just going in and getting a handful and...
Well, looking at these two, the chips are all about the same size except for this one that's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Them is maybe a little bit chalkier than the others, but otherwise they all look very similar on the outside.
Yeah.
Eating this one.
Sweet.
Chocolatey.
More sweet than chocolatey for me.
Yeah. I'm looking at the texture on the pretzels too. Look how kind of thick and globby this one looks compared to some of the others that look very thin.
It gives that Snickers vein effect going on. I'll leave that between Snickers and the fan base. Oh, it was a thing this week.
The fan base. Wow.
It was
That's
a thing.
optimistic.
I like this episode.
The chocolate really sticks to the pretzel. It's got a texture. It's kind of cloudy and soft and pillowy. Is that a word that you can use for chocolate? I don't know, but it is.
We have milk as a palate cleanser.
Does a body good.
I'm thinking 3 as an
Very good.
initial. Just it's not spectacular. It's not horrible. It's a semi-sweet.
Oh no, I think that's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I really like the texture on the pretzel.
I don't know what to make of the second one.
It looks weird. So they're not really chips the way you would. It's not a morsel.
No, it's a
It's a blob. It's like a coin almost of chocolate.
medallion little.
Medallion, yeah, and it's very chalky on the outside. But look how it melted. It didn't melt significantly different than the others. Oh,
That's far more chocolatey than sweet.
it's also very crunchy.
This would be really good in ice cream when you want that crunchy, not overly sweet kind of.
Think about a cookie too, though. If this was in a cookie, a really big chunk like that in a cookie, I think I'd rather have smaller chips in a cookie. So unless you were going to melt it down and use it for something in melted format, I'm not sure that it would
Like
be my
a
go-to.
pretzel, maybe.
Like a pretzel. But if you were going to eat it in chip format to just go after it and reach in and get a handful of chocolate chips from the jar, that's not the one.
Now with the saltiness of the pretzel,
It's good on
that
the pretzel.
pops. Yeah.
The flavor might be better than the first one, though.
Overall,
The texture's not as good.
yeah, overall, that's the same all the way. I think on a pretzel, this one puts it up a little bit. I think I like it by itself a little bit less, but I like it on the pretzel more.
Are we willing to forgive the shape in unmelted format, though?
Oh yeah, yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you?
I mean, you could rough chop it with a knife if you wanted to.
But isn't that the point of chocolate chips? Is that they're already chipped? Philosophical.
Oh.
Getting existential with our chocolate chip discussion here. Yeah. I think I like the flavor of this one better. Mm-hmm. I don't like the texture as much. And I don't know how I feel about the medallion shape.
Okay, so are we moving this up to 4 and this to 3? Because you were leaning that one higher anyway.
Yeah, well, 2. I think this one moves to second place, and this one comes in at 3rd for now.
I can go with that.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. Why don't they have the Milk It Does a Body Good commercials like they used to? Do you remember those commercials?
Mustache. The
mustache.
Dairy industry was very, very active in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s.
Everybody was drinking milk.
Yeah.
They were pushing milk left and right.
Yeah.
And
whole milk. None of this 1%, 2% business.
Almond milk.
No, it was whole gallon, drink it before you go work out kind of thing.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
They had athletes. I mean, Michael Jordan and I don't even know how many other athletes.
I remember. Number 3.
It looks cleaner.
Oh, it's prettier. Yeah, it has no chalkiness to the outside. So however they temper it before making the chips, it looks really pretty. It's not quite as thick when it's melted on the pretzel, though. Mm. Oh, that's smooth. Mm-hmm.
This one, to me, was too sweet. It's Goldilocks. Too sweet, not sweet enough. Perfect mixture of sweet and chocolate.
Do you get an aftertaste, though?
What kind of aftertaste? There's a little bite at the back. Mm-hmm.
I agree about the texture. Yeah. I agree about the chocolatiness and the sweetness.
Uh-oh.
Leaves something weird at the end, though.
Are they all the same percent? Because I know semi-sweet, it falls within a certain percentage of chocolatey.
Probably.
I wonder if this one's a little bit different. Get a little bit more of that bitter aftertaste.
This one doesn't have as good of a flavor. Now that I've had this one does have a better flavor, but it doesn't have the aftertaste.
I don't.
Really? Just me?
Well, it's there. It just doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you. Well, let's see what happens on the pretzel. I'm still getting it. It's a weird flavor. It almost tastes burnt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really mad if I find out that I had chocolate on my face throughout the whole episode.
I think you're good. I know I'm getting a little bit in my beard, but I mean,
sorry in advance for picking food out of our teeth as we're talking.
I think I like this one better than that one, but
really?
You're not so sure.
I'm still not willing to forgive the shape on that one though, even though I think it's the better flavor.
Okay, so do we want to put this one maybe like do something weird like a 2.5?
In between?
Yeah, just as a... None of them are bad.
I agree. It has good qualities that we haven't seen yet, but the flavor is worrisome to me.
Between green and red, then,
I mean,
which would
flavor is probably most important, so I think I would have to go green.
Wow. So maybe this is more...
But you disagree. I feel that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't disagree enough for it to...
Well, as I go back and watch other episodes, I watch myself contradict myself over and over again. So
this is something as a husband I have never noticed. Never occurred to me.
What a sweet man he is. Do you see why I love him so much?
Some say sweet, some say smart.
Let's go number 4.
Okay. It looks like...
It looks middle of the road. Oh, no. It's pretty chalky.
It's just a little chalky on the outside, yeah.
Not as chalky as this one.
No. Well, that's different. I don't think I like that. One of the most interesting things about all of this to me has been almost everything we've tested over the 3 episodes. I've looked at them initially and thought they're all going to taste about the same. I have been shocked at how different brands taste on the exact same products.
Things you never would have thought about 11 years ago.
I don't like this one.
Really?
Mm-mm.
It's not offensive to me. It tastes like a chocolate chip.
It doesn't taste like a chocolate chip to me. I don't get the chocolate and I don't get the sweet.
Really?
Yeah, really.
If I fed that to you blindfolded, you would not tell me it was a chocolate chip?
Yeah, but now I have things to compare it.
Meh, it's fine.
My least favorite.
I disagree, but you let me have the last one, so I'm willing to acquiesce.
Yeah.
I find this one less offensive than this one. But...
Really? Oh, because the aftertaste.
Okay. Gotta say, this one looks very thin on the pretzel. It looks like it was, watery almost. Oh, thank you.
It looks more glossy and liquidy. Even we have a little dollop on the side here. It looks very glossy.
I melted them all the same way for the same amount of time. I did not use a thermometer to really get the exact same temperature on each one, but I nuked them in the same increments, so they all got the same amount of time being warmed up.
Okay, that's my new least favorite. I do not like that.
Oh, that one has another weird taste.
Very weird taste. It's not chocolate. It's not sweet.
It doesn't look chalky, but it tastes chalky to me.
I do not like this. Least favorite.
Ooh, it's got another weird aftertaste to it. Loser. We agree.
There's something not good with that one.
Okay.
All right, we've got some unjumbling to do here. The first three.
My suggestion is that we each had problems with one of these two. I had problems with red.
Okay.
You had problems with blue. What if we let those two cancel each other out and then focus on these two that we actually liked?
I can agree with that.
Okay. Yikes, y'all.
I'm going reverse.
I really think I liked the flavor on this one better, but the texture on this one was better.
I like the way it splinters and...
Really?
I like that.
I really don't. I'm getting sick of eating chocolate, though. I can tell you that right now. Whew. These are strong words I never thought would come out of my mouth. It's good on a pretzel.
It's very good on pretzel. It's a little too sweet for me. A little too sugary. Not as good on a pretzel.
Really? I still really like the texture of this one. I like it as a chocolate chip. I like everything. I just don't like the way this one looks in chip format, but I think it's the better product.
Okay. If this was in that shape,
it would win.
It would win.
Yeah.
I think there's your deciding.
Wow.
Weird one wins. Now, do you want to guess brands?
So I'm pretty sure that this one is the Guittard.
Guittard. 48%. Some San Francisco chocolate, which is also Ghiradelli's home. Yeah, I would agree. I think that's right.
We think. We don't know yet, but we think it's that one.
I think this one is Toll House. That just classic.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I want to think this one is HEB because I really liked it.
I don't. I think HEB is going to be the one with your weird aftertaste because it's organic.
Why would organic have a weird aftertaste? Yikes. I would really be guessing on the rest.
Okay.
I really don't know, and I would love to find out. So should we start from the bottom?
From the bottom. This one.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
We have
It'll
it
be
at the
under.
Bottom. This is HEB.
HEB.
HEB Organics. Not good.
It was the hands down loser,
Not
and you
good.
know how that breaks my heart to say that. All right.
Next, we're almost in complete order. This one, next to last, Ghiradelli.
I liked this one, right? This is the one I liked,
Mm-hmm.
but Bobby you didn't like the flavor.
I didn't
There
like
was
the
a
flavor
weird
as much. No,
that
that's
you
correct.
Didn't like it. Red, I did not care for.
This is Hershey.
Sorry, Hershey. Not my favorite.
It was good.
You liked it. It was
good.
fine. I like Hershey
I'll
chocolate
let you
bars.
do the last two. Okay, we were.
So it's between.
We called that.
You did. It's between Toll House and the one that we don't know how to pronounce. So this one was Toll House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the classic, what you think of when you think of a chocolate chip cookie.
Pretty
It's
classic.
the classic taste.
And the winner, unexpected. I don't even know how to say your name, but congratulations. We really don't like the shape of your chocolate chips.
I wouldn't say we.
I don't. But the chocolate was delicious. Okay. Well, now you know. That's what the DINKs think.
See you next time.
What are we going to do with all this chocolate?